Yeah, I'm not going to tell you how I ended up in Tennessee with 7 Vegas-grade chronological share wigs, because drag queens can hold a grudge better than they can hold the last note of a torch song. I will tell you the story of Crossville, Tennessee's first all-male feminist guerrilla art installation. This was back in my drifter days when all I had going for me was a knack with folks and a head full of galactically bad ideas. Crossville, Tennessee is a Prohibition-era dry county, so I would sit at an Applebee's most nights and mourn the blue laws of the South. One night, a stocky guy with a celibacy beard sat down next to me. He was wearing a t-shirt by one of those bands that like to yell about the end of the world. Drifting in his periphery was a tall and skinny fellow who was so quiet and unhealthy looking I thought that I was seeing ghosts again. Bearded guy growled, "Hell, you don't look crazy." An intimidating opener, but his whipped cream mustache really took the edge off him. Thing is, I knew this guy. I'd seen him down at the clinic. I took this part-time job at the Family Planning Center, leading poor unfortunates across picket lines of fine, upright citizens who wanted to remind the girls that Jesus loved their unborn children, but hated a murderer. Wednesdays we had brawls, and I had pulled Beardy Guy off some big Bible thumper and warned him the police were on their way. The tall ghost with the big circle under his eyes flashed me a smile and quavered, "Hey, I'm Junior too. Just Jake and I got some beer and a porch. Y'all want to head to some private property?" I was too poor to turn down free beer. The stocky one called Just Jake was a too clever southern son with anger issues and a creative streak. The lanky one with the silly putty face was Junior too. He lived in Just Jake's shadow. He hardly ever said a word, spent most of his time trying to seem smaller. These boys became a pair in grade school when Just Jake took Junior's two side against a couple bullies, and he never ever put it down. They got their nicknames by association. "Did you hear that Jake spent the night in the tank for yelling at folks on the highway again?" "Just Jake?" "Nah, Junior too." It was on that porch a few days later that Just Jake told me about his tarnished Holy Grail. Seems there was a community of young female artists trying a commune thing just one town over. Girls like Just Jake had never seen. "Feminist types," he said. "Some of 'em are even European." But everybody said they hated townies, so we were out of luck. We spent that evening thinking up ways to impress the art girls. That's when I told the story of how I ended up with 7 chronological Vegas-grade share wigs, and we decided to do Crossville, Tennessee's first all-male feminist guerrilla art installation. I found out later that most of those art girls liked other art girls, and the ones who didn't were so heroically liberal with their sexuality, we could have got with them by just, showing up. But most men out there know that half of being with a woman is getting her to say yes. The other is feeling worthy of asking the question. I wish you could see us, before it all went pear-shaped, standing at the doors of the Walmart in Knoxville waiting for it to open, dashing in and buying up every share CD they had like kids on Christmas. See Junior too taking test shots with his Polaroid while Just Jake and I warbled off-key. This was the summer of oversharing. Hi. This is Terry Lies, and on a scale of 1 to 10 for truthfulness, where 10 is, Mom could stand to lose a little weight, and 1 is, your mama's so fat, she caught the flesh-eating virus and it gave up, I give this part of the story a 6.